Today, I will be sharing my experience in high school or my tips and tricks to graduating high school. Because Corona nowadays, I don't even know how people are going to graduate. And classes nowadays in high school, way different than when I took them, that's for sure. So, yep, these are some of the things that I did to make my 4 years in high school a lot easier. Tip number one, don't stress about everything. Don't. If you're in school, stress about school. As soon as you go home, that is your time to relax. If you have homework, give yourself an hour or two to relax. Just release all of that energy, all of that tension. This is what I did. I would just lay in my bed and I would watch YouTube or a movie when I got home, or I would take a nap. I would eat as soon as I get home because eating for me helps relieve stress. I know it's not healthy, but I have a very fast metabolism, so I don't care. So I'd go home, I'd eat a lot too, and then I'd go into my room and I'd lay down on my bed. And depending on how tired I was, I would either take a nap or I would just lay there and watch YouTube or a movie for an hour or two. And then I had theater at 6, okay? So I had to be back at my high school at 6 p.m. Well, before 6 p.m. It started at 6, so I'd be there by like 5:50, 5:55, okay? So that's what I would do. I would just go home immediately and lay down and relax, release all of that tension, forget every bad thing about the day, and just relax and think what. And don't even think about the future. Just think about the present and what you want to do to help relax and or have fun for the short amount of time that you have left before you have to go back there. Not like death, okay? At least for most of us. Dun, dun, dun. Secondly, my second tip to graduating high school or making your high school career easy, quotations, is do your work. I know it sounds cheesy, but do your work, okay? You're not going to graduate high school without doing your work, okay? I know a lot of people complain about not having time to do their work, or they're too busy, or they're too tired to do their work. You want to know something? Yeah, I was too. I was busy 6 days out of the week, Monday through Saturday. I was busy. I had to be at that school constantly. I practically lived in my high school. I spent so much time there during school and for theater. I barely had time to do any work. But you want to know what I did? I did my work in class. Big brain. Something that a lot of people don't think of is do your work in class. Now, what I would do is I would start off with the work for that class and then do that in that class. Because if that teacher sees you working on it, they're going to walk up to you and be like, what are you doing? And you're going to be like, working on your homework. And they're going to be like, well, you can't do that. And you're just going to look back up at them and be like, yes, I can. It's your work, your class. I can do whatever I want as long as it's your homework, your class, your time. Boom. It's talking back, yes, but they can't yell at you for doing their work in their class. They can't. Now they can yell at you for talking back, yes. So I would put it in a more polite way, but if you got sent to the office for that, you can just be like, I was doing my work for that class in that class. Teachers Normally teachers won't care if you're doing their work in their class. So like I struggle with math, so I would just work on math while the teacher was talking, or English. I'm super good at English. So what I would do is I wouldn't just waste my time sitting there listening and or falling asleep, being bored out of my mind. I would do my work in that class because I was so good at it that as soon as I finished, the teacher still wouldn't even be done talking. They would still be giving the lesson. I'd understand everything they said. So that's tip number 2 is do your work in class. And if a teacher yells at you for doing work in class, just walk out. Be like, fine, I'll go to the principal's office and I'll talk to the principal about it, okay? So, tip number 2, just do work in class. It's so easy. You won't have homework to do at home, and if you do, it'll be very little, and you got a bunch of time to relax, okay? Tip number 3, don't be a fucking idiot. Excuse my language. Tip number 3 should be common sense, but the high school that I went to, it really wasn't. Don't don't, don't be that one dude that runs in the hallways unless if you have to. Okay, I mean I did it a couple times, but that's when I had to. Don't run in the hallways, especially when you have like 3 or 4 minutes left to get to class, or even if you have to go to the bathroom. Don't run. You look like a fucking idiot, and you you may not get talked about it, but you may. But don't do that. And also, yes, this happened at my high school. Don't be the fucking idiot who jerks jerks their works, yeah, in the bathroom multiple times. Actually, yes, it happened multiple times. Yes, that happened at my high school. There was a dude that jerked the work in the bathroom during lunchtime. Don't be that guy. You become that guy, you're gonna be exiled from a lot of friend groups, like a lot, and you may get your shit beat out of you. And talking about shit, don't be that fucking. Yes, this happened at my high school too. Don't be that fucking guy who shits on the walls or shits on the floors in the bathroom. Yes, someone decided to go into the bathroom stall, close the door, and shit on the walls and the floor. Not the toilet. Nah. That, cause that's not cool. Nah. This bitch grabbed their shit and fucking smeared it on the wall and then probably stepped on it and smeared it on the floor. Like, it was disgusting. Don't be that guy. That dude got that shit beat out of him. Pun intended. But yeah, that dude got the shit beat out of him because that closed our bathrooms for weeks. There was only one bathroom open with like one stall too, and it was that way for weeks. So for hundreds and hundreds of kids, especially guys, like we didn't even know if that was illegal, but if it was, we didn't want to complain about it. Like that was some punishment. That sucked. And you want to know something? The same dude did it in the aquatic center. And for those who don't know what an aquatic center is, okay, it's basically a swimming slash workout area. Okay, it's basically a giant gym, but you can go there with your family and swim. They have water slides. They have like a small water park. Okay, ish. Well, that was connected to our high school. This bitch, when the bathrooms were closed and there was just one left in the high school, decided to go into the aquatic center, which is connected to the high school, and do the same thing in there. Yeah, that's right. He decided to shit on the floor and the wall again. Eventually, after that, the dude got caught like 2 days after that because the aquatic center has cameras leading to the bathroom and they watch that shit. The high school doesn't. The high school doesn't give a shit. Pun intended. Again. Let's see. Tip number 4, I believe. Don't. I mean, you can complain about school food, but school food is school food. Get used to school food real quick because you're gonna have to deal with it for 4 years. Okay, just deal with it. I know it's shit. I've had to deal with it. I'm in college now. It's still shit. It's gonna be shit for a while, man. Just deal with it. Tip number 5 for your life through high school. I mean, I did this. Be a teacher's pet, but a quote unquote bad boy behind their backs. So I was basically good at shoe all the way from middle school up to sophomore year. Well, no, from elementary school, sorry, all the way up to sophomore slash junior year of high school, okay? Well, that's when I decided to not give a fuck. And I was like, whatever, I'll do whatever I want. Fuck life. Let's just do it. So at that point, the teachers thought I was just a teacher's pet, goody two shoe. So I've gone away with so much shit where the teacher was just like, I didn't think you would do that. So we're just gonna say it didn't happen, or you're too good of a kid to do that. So yeah, like we're just gonna mark it off and say it didn't happen. Like got away with so much shit. It was so funny. My friends got so jealous, but I was just a huge teacher's pet. I made sure that the teachers loved me, so I could get away with the stupidest shit, and I could fall asleep in classes. I did my homework in classes. I just made sure that I graduated high school with good grades. And eventually the teachers just stopped caring about what I did because they knew I respect them, I respect school, and I did my work and I did everything I needed to do to graduate high school. And also I'm pretty sure they just got sick of me because I was hella annoying. So, yep, those are my 5 tips to graduating high school and or surviving high school. If you did enjoy, don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button. If you didn't, hit it anyways, because why the fuck not? I'll see y'all in the next video.